The story goes that there was a man who was traveling on El Al. He came for dinner time and the stewardess says to him, "Excuse me, sir, would you like to join us for dinner?" The passenger says, "Yes, of course, what's my choices?" And the stewardess responds, "Yes or no." In this week's Parashat, Parashat Nitzavim, we also read about choices. The Torah tells us we have a choice between life and death, and we should choose life, ubacharta b'chaim, which obviously leaves us wondering, what does it mean to choose life? Isn't life something which is automatic? Isn't something that just flows on the day-to-day? How exactly do we choose life? Another question that comes to mind is, why does the Torah use a mixture of singular and plural? Ubacharta is singular, chaim is plural. It should have either all been in plural, ubachartem b'chaim, or all in singular, ubacharta b'chai. Perhaps the story about family Wissotzky and their amazing tea company can help us. You see, this company was established 5 generations ago in Russia. The owner of the company, Mr. Wissotzky, a Jewish family, was a very successful entrepreneur and businessman. He was selling tea to Tsarist Russia, to the soldiers. He had thousands of clients and he was doing very well. And one day, a delegation from Israel, at the beginning of the 1800s, came to him and said, "Would you like to invest in Israel and open a small factory of the Wissotzky tea? And they would produce also tea for him." At the beginning, he laughed and said, "How's this going to help me? I source my tea from India. Israel doesn't have tea leaves. It's under the Ottoman Empire, which at the time was very bureaucratic. There was not many people living in Palestine at the time. So what's it worth it for me?" But after he thought about it, he said, "You know what? Actually, I do want to do it because I want to help the Jews living in Zion. I want to help the Jews in Israel." And he agreed to open a factory, not out of a business mind, but rather as a philanthropic act. And he established this company, this factory in Israel. Fast forward to the beginning of the 1900s, when they had the Russian Revolution and all the factories were seized by the government, including the Wissotzky tea factory. And the family were left with no sustenance, with no livelihood. And they fled to Israel and they continued this small factory that the great-grandfather had opened. And very quickly this became a massive success. They provided tea internationally to the whole world. Indeed, today, over 80% of the drinking in tea in Israel comes from the Wissotzky factory. So what turns out is that they thought that they were setting up this company to help the Jewish people, but eventually it helped themselves, it gave them life. And that is why the Torah says, ubacharta b'chaim in the plural, because when you help somebody else, you are choosing life. Life is the only word in Hebrew that you're describing something singular, but you choose a word which is plural, because life alone is worthless. Life is only valuable when you're helping somebody, and then it bounces back and helps you. So it's not a singular act, it's a plural. It's something which is one hand shakes a hand, helps another person. And that is why we always read Parashat Nitzavim before Rosh Hashana, because as we stand in the entrance to the new year, and we think to ourselves, what should be the resolution for the new year? What should be our focus the new year? The Torah tells us, ubacharta b'chaim, choose life, choose to care for others, choose to live in a community, choose to make your existence in this world part of somebody else's existence. Make sure that everything is about the other, about sharing and caring. Wishing you Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.